Forbes, and I am a happiness joy coach. And I think I'm going to add fulfillment to it all, a happiness fulfillment coach. Anyways, I wanted to tell you about an experience I had yesterday um, that really shocked me. So, the day before, I had received a communication from someone that was lengthy, and um, the whole thing kind of triggered me, like from beginning to end. And I found myself having this incredible anxiety, bordering on panic. And I actually couldn't breathe very well. And I spent the rest of the day, the whole evening in this incredibly anxious state, um, not being able to breathe very well. I wasn't hyperventilating, but I just couldn't breathe properly. And I was just so panicked, and I knew I needed to respond. I needed to say something back, and I couldn't even like think what to say because I was so kind of panicked and anxious. And then I went to bed that way, and I woke up that way, and I still couldn't breathe very well. And I just kind of kept praying about, give me the words. I want to say this. I don't want to sound hysterical or, completely flipped out. So finally, I was able to communicate in a way that was, pretty calm and positive. And then, then I had to wait for to hear the communication back. And I was still in this really anxious, slightly panicky state, and still couldn't really breathe. And so I felt guided to open this book. And it's a book I'm reading called Thrive, which I highly recommend. And they're just talking about the Danish culture, Denmark, how they're the happiest country in the world, and they asked them, they did a survey, they said, are you very happy? Are you quite happy? And then down the road, I guess, whatever else they wanted to ask them. Um, and when I read that, it's like I automatically answered for myself. And I kind of went, oh, I'm quite happy. And this was in the middle of feeling completely anxious, bordering on panic, not being able to really breathe. I realized I was quite happy, and that actually that is my default. And I probably would say I'm very happy when I'm doing something I really, really love, like swimming, or sometimes music, or maybe when I'm being romantic with a man I adore, or there's various times that I'll be very, very happy. But for the most part, I walk around quite happy, and that is my default. And in that moment, when I was filled with this anxiety, bordering on panic, can't breathe, waiting for a communication back to think maybe I'll calm down once I've heard their communication back to me, and if it's positive, and I wasn't really sure it would be or not, um, I realized actually underneath all that, I was quite happy. And that was my truth. Like, that's what I'm living in all the time. The other amazing part about this is once I got that, the anxiety left me instantly. I no longer felt anxious. I no longer felt panicky. I no longer felt dependent on their positive communication back to me to feel okay. It didn't even matter. And they did write me back eventually, and it was nice and it was great. But by that point, I didn't really care. And I walked around all day and feeling like, oh, I'm actually quite happy. And that's really my default. So it was an amazing experience because um, if you had asked me, so how are you feeling? I would have told you, oh, I'm filled with anxiety. I'm almost in a panic. I can't breathe. And I'd been that way for like almost 24 hours, actually. And yet, as soon as I answered the question, you know, are you very happy? Are you quite happy? And I instantly just went, oh, I'm quite happy. And I felt it. And I felt that that was my truth. Like, that's my true nature. And I think all of our true nature is happy. Somewhere between very and quite happy. I think that is what we really are inside. So it was like this storminess on top, but this was what was really there. And once I got what was really there, the storminess stopped immediately. And it's interesting because, you know, I think a lot of the time, we feel like we have to wrestle or fight or fix or like try and, deal with the storminess, um, which I was kind of trying to do. but wasn't really working. I mean, I do think because I did like reach out to the light, I did pray, I did ask for help, I did say, okay, I need to feel better. I do feel that's why I was guided to that book and guided to see this. But it was more than just making myself feel better. It's like I really got, this is who I really am. This is how I really feel. This is my real state. This is the truth of me. And since yesterday, I've been able to kind of click into that over and over again when I'm sort of caught up again, not as bad as yesterday, but still caught up with different emotions or different thoughts or different sort of scenarios or dramas. Is go, oh, I'm quite happy. And as soon as I say that, I'm quite happy, it's like, oh, all that stuff just drops away and doesn't really matter anymore. And yesterday I went swimming and I was really aware that while I was swimming, I was very happy. And yeah, again, like all these little dramas and fears and life scenarios that are stressful and can make you worried and, intense, different levels, different degrees of intensity kind of fall away and dissolve when you realize, like, oh, I'm actually really happy. I'm quite happy. I'm very happy. You know, that's the truth. And again, my analogy is always like, the wispy clouds and the vibrant, powerful sun. It was like the vibrant, powerful sun is our happiness, and it absolutely burns away the wispy clouds. So I just wanted to share that with you. So ask yourself, are you very happy? Are you quite happy? Are you so? Like, really connect to that place of happiness within you. I think that's the thing. It's like it's always there. Happiness is not something we have to find or get or become or like it's there. It's the truth of us. And it's like waiting for us. And it's that sun that's shining all the time. And we may cover it up with stuff and then we can't really feel it. But so instead of trying to fix those things to get happy, we just need to reconnect to the happiness that we are. And then those things dissolve completely. Instantly, even, like it happened to me. So I'll leave that with you now. And if you ever want to do sessions with me, just contact me and we'll make some time. Have a wonderful day.